This morning, the KCTV5 News family is finally back together.
Maybe the wording there, Greg.
I left her there. I left her. I was like, bye.
You've been on this journey with us the entire time.
Pregnant.
Oh, what? Stop it!
So Bill and Greg don't know.
Oh my goodness!
Holy smokes!
From the announcement to the sign-off.
And I do want to say goodbye for a little while. So today will be my last day here on the desk. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. See you in 3 months.
To the gender reveal.
A beautiful baby girl.
I'll see you guys soon, back on air.
Now it all comes full circle.
Welcome back, Carolina!
Well, there you go. She's back, and we're so happy to have you here. We're happy to have you back here on Facebook Live. Now we get a little bit more time to talk about everything. We're kind of condensed for the time that we had to talk on the morning show this morning. So, Carolina Cruz, back after 84 days. How are you feeling? How's the baby? Let's talk about. Let's go back to the beginning, because we knew for a couple of days before we could let everybody know.
Yes.
You know, so we had to be patient. But I don't know, tell us all about like your experience, what you're comfortable with sharing, because we got somebody right next to you who's going to go through the same thing in just a month.
I need it all, please.
Well, it was a long labor, first of all.
Okay.
She waited almost a week and 3 days to be born, had to be kicked out. So it was a C-section delivery. So the recovery is tough for all the C-section moms out there. I feel you.
Yeah.
But, you know, my husband stepped up incredibly. And it's so funny because, I mean, it was a long labor. Like I said, went in on a Wednesday, had her on a Friday.
Holy smokes.
And when we went to sleep that morning on Friday, my husband goes, "You're my hero," and just passed out.
Colin's getting those points right
Yeah,
there.
good job, buddy.
So I think it's just such a bonding experience. I think for couples that are in the hospital, and this is her first little Chiefs outfit. Obviously,
That's so
part of Chiefs
amazing.
Kingdom. We had a good friend that gave us that little onesie.
Jersey, a onesie thing. I love it.
And then these pictures are actually from Florida. We were on vacation. It was our first family trip, which I was a little afraid on the
Yeah, I was going to say, so
take.
what was that like with the plane and
It's
everything?
so funny because the baby clothes, it's like takes up this much space.
yeah.
And then the baby items take up a
Holy
suitcase.
smokes.
Yeah.
You know, between like, we're like, what is she going to need? What can we take to make sure that she's comfortable the
Right.
whole time? It was great. She did wonderful. Just ate and then napped the whole
No
flight.
way.
I know.
Any fussing? No
Not
fussing?
really, no.
Really?
No.
So
Wow.
how old is she now then? Because
So she'll be 3 months next week. So she's just a little shy
Holy
of 3
crumbs.
months,
So-
and she's got the chubbiest cheeks.
almost
so
a quarter of a year in already, right? So
Yeah.
like, what has been the one piece of advice that maybe you got over the course of the last year that's, you know, really held true over these last 3 months?
So I think one of the best pieces of advice, and I think I said this before when we did the Facebook Live, was you can't hold your baby too much. And even now I'm like even then I'm like, I wish I would have held her even more, like those early days. And I tried holding her as much as possible, but they're just so little, and again, they're only that little for a little time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just
I would
hold them
assume
and love on them.
she's been growing like crazy even for
Yeah.
just the 3 months.
Yeah,
Man, oh man.
she has.
Now, Greg, you had some questions about diapers this morning.
Oh, yeah, I
because-
did.
Now, have
Very
you changed?
important.
Have you changed a diaper yet?
Ever.
I have not, Bill. No,
Not in your
I've
life.
never
Okay.
ever actually changed. Listen, I've cleaned up messes from animals all my life. You know, if it's on the floor, hey, I got you. Okay.
I think Eminem said, "We ain't nothing but mammals." So, you know, I think it's close to the same thing.
It'll be fine. It'll be totally fine.
But yeah, the big question that I had to you
Yeah.
that I asked was, okay, how many diapers a day have you been going through?
It's honestly maybe like 7, 8. It's not that bad.
So if I'm not mistaken, like the average is between 10 and 12
Yes.
diapers a day. So
Well,
you're
at first,
okay.
there's a lot of diapers.
Okay.
Their stomachs are so
So
little
tiny.
that just everything kind of runs.
Goes in and then goes out.
But you know what? I don't know if people want to hear about that for that long.
It's part of parenthood, though. You know, you got to
true,
go
I
through
know.
it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's part of it. So, let's move on to something else.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yeah.
So you're obviously gone from the newsroom for 3 months.
Yeah.
First thoughts coming back here. First off, I got to say, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to make you cry on the news desk at
I
5 o'clock
know.
this morning, but it's so
Go
special.
back and watch it.
Yeah, go back and watch it. We both put it on Instagram and Facebook and everything, but it was so special to have you back this morning. The
Yeah, it
energy
was.
in the studio
Yeah.
was palpable as you walked in,
Yeah.
and it was just so fantastic to have you here. So, what has been your experience coming back to work now after being a mom?
I think this morning I think was the culmination of emotions. Like, I'm not really an emotional person. I will say that I think having a kid just makes you a little softer.
Yeah.
But the culmination of leaving your kid for the first time and honestly, like a little bit of the trauma that you experienced those 3 weeks and being like, wow, I survived. And then just kind of being a little afraid of what's this next chapter going to look like, and I'm a little scared, and just juggling it. But
Sure, well,
but
you're
I'm
going
excited.
into something that you've never experienced before, you know. But the good news is that you got us to lean on. And
Yes.
I'll try to lend as much I know about it, but because our kids, as soon as they were born, like I think I went back to work the next week. And it was pretty quick, you know. So I'm glad that they allowed like you guys to stay at home for a long time and get that chance to bond with them and have that experience and hold them close. And like you said, because my 15-year-old just does not like it when I try to hold him anymore.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of it. So get all those snuggles in when you can.
Yeah, and I mean, I sent my mom because we took her to daycare for the first time yesterday, just to kind of do a run through, and in case anything happened, I could go in.
Yeah.
But I sent my mom a picture of dropping her off, and then my mom said, "Wow, that brings me back so many memories,"
Holy
because my
smokes.
mom was a working mom. She's a lawyer in Columbia, and she's like, I remember doing that, and I can't believe that like my baby is doing it now with her baby.
That's so cool. Well, let's talk about Greg for a minute here, because I feel like we should have brought Colin in on this, maybe because Colin has a little bit more of a
got so many
perspective
questions for Colin.
from the dad perspective coming in. Like, what piece of advice do you think Colin, or would you give to Greg here as he's about to walk down this same path here? And I mean, we're less than 30 days away, right?
Yeah, we are. We're November 20th is expected. By the way, if we have not talked about this yet. And obviously, I haven't even said anything on social media. I'm kind of quiet about it actually about my son. But he's growing. He's growing something fierce. And last week, Erica went to get the whole sonogram, and they said that he's in the 84th percentile. And he's now at about 6.5 pounds. And they're expecting 9 to 10 pounds at term. And Erica's like, nope, cut this thing out of me. Cut it out of me. So, but she did actually go yesterday to the doctor again because we're in the weekly stuff. So far, everything is
looking
still
good.
there. Everything's good. And we're not at an early labor situation yet. But
You know, I
wild.
think I'm trying to think of what Colin would say, my husband. I honestly think the dads just really, you step up, like in that moment, you just kind of take over, like what does mom need, whether it be diaper changes, and it's such a good partnership. So I think you're going to do great. And I know Erica's a great cook and a great chef,
yes,
but
she
you
is.
might need to pick up some of
That's
those,
okay.
some of those
That's
meals
all right.
in the meantime.
I do remember making lasagna at one time. There's going to be a lot of lasagna.
That's
fine.
That's a great one. You can cook some, stick it in the freezer, get some more a little bit later on.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. They make the gluten-free stuff too, so Erica can still have it. It's solid.
But I would say, just soak it in, do lots of skin to skin with baby, as much as possible. And it's okay to like just hold them for as long as you can.
So, did Colin have a couple of tears there? Popping out that little baby girl.
Yes. Yeah. So we didn't know what we were having. Yeah. And so, I'm delivering, and you just hear that first cry, and I'm like, oh my God, we just had a baby. I can't take it back now. They kind of like held the baby up, and he got to announce it, and, got emotional. He's like, it's a baby girl.
Smokes.
And it was just such a great emotion.
Epic.
And it's been fun. I mean, I really would have been happy with a boy or a girl. But it's been so fun having a girl and getting to doll her up. And it's been great.
Well, on your behalf, I want to say thanks to all of the Facebook viewers out there who have been commenting just the awesome comments on the pictures and everything. Just like beautiful girl, beautiful baby, congratulations, welcome back. So happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Wonderful to watch your journey to motherhood. And you really have shared a lot of your story with the viewers from day one, Well, you hid it from us. And then you dropped the bomb live on air.
Yeah.
Everybody found out at the same time.
Together. It was solid. It was solid.
But that was fantastic. It's been so much fun to be a part of this journey with you. And when you left, it was tough because we were just waiting to hear about the baby. When the baby arrived, Greg and I were here with our. We were getting text messages from everybody on the group chat or whatever. So it's so excited to hear that, and it's so excited to hear to be in the next phase of it with you back and seeing you as just a strong working mother. And you're so happy to be here, and so happy you're back with our team and everything again. And it's just fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's been absolutely wonderful, and like you said, the comments and the support from everybody that's just so happy to have me back. It really does make such a tough day feel so much better to just feel like you're showered and you're being hugged constantly throughout the day when you need the constant hugs.
I just said there's been more hugs in the KCTV5 newsroom today than I think I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
So everybody's been coming over. We have our Carolina and I desk are right next to each other, so everybody keeps coming over and giving her big hugs. So it's just been so fantastic to see.
Yeah, and the moms in the newsroom know, so they're like, come here, mama. We know you need a hug today. But I'm so happy to be able to wake up with everybody in the morning again and just kind of figure out this new stage.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're going to be here with you the whole time, so happy to have you back, and we'll probably do another one of these here in about a month or so.
That's
just
about
when
right.
we get down to the short rows for you, so we can try to get you taken care of as you take your first steps into parenthood. We're so excited for you too. I probably got to let you guys go because they're not done working today. I'm about done with work.
Oh yeah,
these guys have to go take care of the noon news later today. So a lot happening behind us. I don't know if you can see, but they're all getting ready for their assignments and stuff for this afternoon. So we're going to cut these two loose, let them get back to work. But thank you so much for coming on Facebook and online with us here to chat about your experience and your journey, and welcome back.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you guys.
Wow.
All right.
So happy to have you.
See you guys back tomorrow morning. Take care.